How about the journey with bounce and how more people are not only familiar with the art form of bounce, but now only associate you with it?
It's a great feeling. As you can see, Bounces has, come to a lot of people and it's out there right now. Everybody want to use a little bit of bouncing, and everybody's bouncing. So it's a great thing for me and for the culture of bounce and for New Orleans, just to keep getting the music even further and to put it on the map. Hopefully we'll be on the chart soon.
Hmm. When you have to describe the genre of bounce to people who might not have heard of it before or are just now getting introduced to it, what are some of the key characteristics you like to associate with bounce?
Up tempo, heavy bass, call and respond, and lots of ass shaking.
Because the thing that I love about music, and maybe this is because of the Latino in me or being from the South, it's hard to enjoy music without moving just a little bit. You might not have the best rhythm in the
Yes.
world, and I say this as a hypothetical you out there in the world. Like everybody might not have the best rhythm, but your body reacts physically to listening to music.
It does. And I mean, even if their rhythm is not, A1, when they come to a Frida show or they hear a bounce song, they're going to get the move in some kind of way, and that's the experience they get when they come to my show. They get, no matter who you are, no matter what walk of life, if you want to come on stage when I do Ass Everywhere and have your moment to twerk or shake, you have your moment, and there's no judgment. It's a judge-free zone. Everybody get to lay their hair down and party and have a great time.
Do you love that part of music, like just the physicality about it?
Oh, most definitely, because you get to, let yourself loose and express yourself through dance and empowerment on a dance floor.
Hmm. Even if people aren't necessarily listening to bounce music, people have heard you over the past few years in certain songs that have come to the prominence into the cultural zeitgeist. People know Formation, Beyonce's Formation. They recognize your voice.
Yes.
The Drake song, Nice for What. When somebody reaches out to you and says, we want to make sure we add the Big Freedia flavor to our song, is it something you immediately want to jump up and say, I want to do? Or is there a conversation back and forth with artists to make sure that your brand and your image is used in the way that you want to make sure it's used?
Yeah, it just depends on who the artist is, but most of the time, it's all great people that want to collaborate. So it's just like, I'm excited to do it.
I think a lot of people were very excited in hearing you in Formation and hearing you have collaborate with somebody who's also very much representative of the South, Beyonce.
Yes.
What has been that friendship like, if you
It's
even
been
call it
amazing.
friendship?
I mean, oh my God, it's Beyonce. Like, who wouldn't want to be friends with Beyonce and be on a song with Beyonce? Like, it was mind blowing. I died at home and came back to life, and it was just a great experience just to be on that song and to bring New Orleans culture and my flavor to it. She was just like, go in and be yourself and talk some of that New Orleans shit, and that's exactly what I went and did. And just to have that, to reach Beyonce fans and to a bigger audience was a great experience for me, and it just opened doors up for me, and it made my pay rate go up.
Mm-hmm. As it should.
Yeah.
Both with Formation, with New Orleans and Bounce, like, it is all a celebration of blackness.
It is.
And I love that that's what people were taking away from that particular period of Beyonce's music artistry, but also that you always get a celebration of blackness when you hear bounce music and when you hear Big Freedia. Talk about that a little bit, about making sure that people who are consuming this media are very much aware that it's coming from somebody from a very rich black culture.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it also just comes from, the style of dancing comes from West India, Africa, which is a style of mapuka. And these women used to be doing these tribal dances, and they kind of was doing the same thing that we're doing. They would get in a circle and they would be shaking their ass, and everybody would have take a turn, and it was banned from that country. And so it's something that comes from the ancestors, and we just, it goes around to all these different places, and New Orleans happens to be one of the hubs where we picked it up a whole lot, and we carried it over time and over our music. And I'm just happy to be, out there, just keep on pushing it.
Mm-hmm. Something that's also very much representative of the South is religion and
Oh
spirituality.
yeah, most definitely. That's where I
And
come from. My background is church and choir.
so I'm curious if you can talk a little bit about that, because I think for people who are part of the queer community, either embracing spirituality or finding joy in spirituality has been quite difficult. Was that the case for you?
No, I mean, no, not at all. Because I started in church as a kid, at a very early age. And then I had mothers of the church that would help support me and stand up for me and for my rights and kind of protect me from all the vultures that, were kind of, I would say trying to be a bully or gay bashing. And for me, I just stayed focused, and I stayed heavily into prayer and into the choir music, and I stayed busy with all kind of stuff, with piano lessons and you know dealing with different things to keep me out of trouble at the time.
Mhm.